should prepare before I did all this. 1 2 1 2. Right, that works. Right, we are go, I guess. Let's just finish this thing. Test the chat out, I guess. Before I sit here and be like, yeah, everything's Gucci. Get the light. All right, that works. Gucci. Yo, what's good, G? Just, you see it. Been a minute trying to get back. I know I've been absent, man. I ain't not been busy, just life. How you been? What's happening with you? How you been? What's good? You got anything in the work? You been dropping anything new? That's why I don't hear it. Stupid. Come on, man. Yo, what's good? How you been? Gee, I was it's funny. Well, it's not funny. Um, but I was on your I rarely go on SoundClick. Really go on SoundCloud, but I was on there the other day and had seen that you had like recently posted, and I was like, oh snap, people still posting on here because I know I sure don't know more, and all of the all the other profiles that I follow, they don't. Yo, what I'm using this joint called Spawn. I love this thing. This, check this out. Let me mute these drones. And yo, you only on SoundCloud. You don't got like the you don't got like Spotify drop or nothing like that. That way I can get the updates when I get the updates. But nah, what was I doing? I'm ADHD. I'm so stupid. I'm so off track all the time. And I had a stressful day, stupid stuff. So I was like, let me do what I do and talk to folks. Anyways, so check this. Is that one of my cats meowing? I might have to let a cat in. Hold on a sec. But so I use this joint, Spawn. I'm not gonna F it up right now. Let me finish mixing this joint and then I'll show you. Oh, Discord. That's what's up. Which Discords? Which Discords you in? My Discord name is the same as everything else, A5K. So if you're able to find me, send me the FR, the friend request. If you're able to find me that way. If not, then I'll get on here and send you a link. Spawn. Yeah, this thing here. This is the truth. This is the truth. It was not made by the people who made Lemonade. I know I'm getting all off away from these beats, but this all has to do with making the beats anyways. Not Leonardo AI. Come on, stupid. So the people who made this joint Lemonade, they there we go. Now it's loading up. So you can download this, right? I mean, you can use it in browser, but they have a downloadable verse. It's essentially, where do I keep that beat? I think it's in my I got a VST1. One of these is a VST folder. Anyways, what you can do is, you'll bring up this thing as any other kind of VST, and it's AI, but you get right, and you can purchase. They have a version, because I had mentioned to them where I think it would be easier if you just kind of. Anyways, so I'm in this Discord, and these guys, they're pretty tight knit. They're cool as fuck. I recommend anyone, any of the 3, 4, 2 of you all want to come in. So it'll be AYE5KAY. So yeah, AYE5KAY, and they're cool. And what they did was took their AI that they used to build this joint here, and they helped these dudes. I call them dudes. These guys build come on, G. I be lost in my own stuff. Like I don't know where my head be at. I be lost in my own room. So just to show you this joint here, right? They took the AI that they built for the joint that they made with Lemonade, and then helped these guys at Software Audio, I think it's called, build this joint. And this is the truth, man. Like, and I'm not saying like, oh, AI, you know, woo, you know, like replace, but you know, you want to get some, like, because you know it's got the built-in VST. Where we at? Oh, because it's muted. Come on, A. Get in the game. Send you a link. Got you. Let me see if it worked here. To the score. Yep, I got you. Right. And this joint, and they get, you know, and it'll drop you 8 like versions. So here are the versions, right? And it goes by the BPM. So, you know, I do real time BPM. So that's what these are playing at, when I really think it's supposed to be at double the time BPM. But you know, then kind of the modern style is to be double time, like the way, I guess, like, you know, metal drummers drum and whatnot. So come on, Discord, damn, it's because I got all these windows open now, and my computer's like, hey bro, chill bro, cuz. Wait, hold on. I need to watch. I don't know which Discord channel going. Wait, it might be one of the ones where I'm talking too much shit. There we go. So close this. Close that. So right, open the messages. I'm glad it don't open up messages. I don't really got messages, like 3 messages. So it'll be this Lemonade one here. There we go. And give me the channel server. Yeah, I'm in some trading group too, right? And they talk mad shit. So let me know if it worked, because the messages that go to the Instagram, they don't really work the right way. So, or I'm not messaging, yeah, but them send to Instagram, like I can get them, I think, but they don't actually send. So and then am I able to send you an invite link to my joint from here? Am I able to do that? Nah, they don't got nothing like that, do they? Copy username. Is that how you'll find me? If I put that in, let me see what that look like. Yeah, all right, yeah, so it's just my username anyways. It ain't a link or anything. I thought it was going to give me a link. Right. So yeah, these boys, they hooked these guys at Respawn up. I guess I should have sent that link too, but I don't really I don't really be talking to the cats on Respawn so much. Not for any reason. It's just I'll be in the Lemonade one more. I don't know. It started off small, so it was like kind of cool with them, right? But anyways, right? You see blah blah blah, and then you can see where it's gonna. Oh no, that's not the way. Where we go? Here it is. So then you can see where the piano roll is at, right? And then each area is a part. So you got like the chords, the bass, and the melody, right? And you can edit it up in here. But what's nice, what makes this like really super why are you doing that to me? Really super dope is that come on, what's going on? What's super dope is that there's more than one instrument playing in the VST, right? So you know, if you wanted to change the instruments in here, you could for like the bass, the melody, and the chord, right? But peep game, right? You probably like, well, how do you even get whatever it's coming up with? Because I completely skipped that because I'm always all over the place, right? So my bad. You pick like different things, right? So I'm always in dark. I'm always in minor. Whatever, C, right? And you just kind of like choose some of the things you want. We'll say dry. We'll say piano. Simple. Aggressive. Pick too much, then it kind of gets wonky. But then you just hit this spawn over here. Over here, you can't see. You hit the spawn here, and then it'll give you your joints, right? And you're like, well, I don't really like these sounds or whatever, right? That's where this is. And you can change it. Griselda beat. Nice. I think I've used this a few times for some boom bap-ish, but not so much. I usually use this on trap. Like anytime I'm just trying to get a trap joint off, boom, I pull this up so much. This is probably my go-to and one of my favorite. And it's not just because like, oh, it like the melody generation or whatever. It's the sounds. Like this thing is insane. And for what they call themselves, Unison be doing, like this is the truth. Like F Unison, this is the truth. Like, you know, and they're modest too. Like they're all modest too. Like these are good people. They not like, hey, you know, here for a limited time it's only $300 and then we boosting it back to $600. So all of a sudden we can, you know, make our $1 million, because if you break it down, when they do those sales, it's to get like $1 million every time. It's like, at least when they used to do it, they'd be like, there were so many available licenses, even though it's a digital product. What do you mean available? Where's it going, right? And Unison they would be on some crazy stuff. They made their stuff mad cheap now, but in my opinion, that's after they made their money off of naive folks, and now they. Let me stop shit. I'm just talking shit. Who cares? No one wants to hear me complain. My bad. I apologize. That's stupid. Yo, did you of course not gonna work right now. Did you post the Griselda beat? Oh, because it's for this. That's why it's not working. Come on. Did you post the Griselda beat? You got that one up? I'll check that out a little bit later. Anyways, yeah, so you can do stuff like this. This is like my go-to, and those guys are really good guys. So if anyone was like looking for something, they can hit a couple genres and is in pocket break. Is in like pocket breaking, and wants to be a part of the community too. Like they're open. It's small. It's cool. It's there. There's this. Gotcha. There's this, and then like I said, there's Lemonade. Lemonade is I would say Lemonade's like a little brother of this. So if you're not looking to like dish out money, now here's the thing: anyone who has a BeatStars, you automatically have Lemonade. I don't know if you know that. If you have a active like a BeatStars profile, you have Lemonade. You have access to Lemonade. You get like so if you already have the active BeatStars profile, you already have Lemonade, which you can use. And I think you get we get 50 free credits every month with it. So you can use that. But if you don't, it's I think they have bet. I'm gonna check both of those out. Or I'm gonna check. I'm gonna get the request and then check the beat out. I don't know what on. I know I'll be trying so hard to be normal. I mean, not that like abnormal is an issue, but I'll be trying like so hard to do what I think is what people do. Like, I'm not an alien, man. Come on, man. You just regular people. Learn how to talk. See, that's what lack of interaction does to you. You forget how to talk. And you sound crazy. Even if you're not crazy, you're gonna sound crazy. So yeah, I've been using that. There's that joint. Let's go ahead and we throwing any mix. It's okay. That's right. It's okay. We ain't, and it's okay. That is the truth. Leave that there for now. I usually do my drums first when I mix, right? So let's knock this out. That's what we were doing. That's what I was doing until I started talking to effing Storm up. I don't really be heavy with reverb on my kicks. Not the trap kicks, right? I don't know. I usually let my hi-hats carry a lot. Of some of the deeper reverb. And then depending on the snare, I might 808, because that's because the 808 Mafia. When it comes to trap, 808 Mafia is what I based a lot of what I did, just because that was what was there tutorial wise when I was really diving into saying like, all right, I'm gonna do trap, because I couldn't do trap until Actually until I got on the FL Studio. Like I struggled making trap when I was on when I was using Logic to make beats. So I just struggled trying to get really dope trap done. And then I made the decision to, there was a beta version of FL Studio 12 or 11, and I jumped on it. I mean, I didn't hesitate, because I was me and my boy, we were already cracking, not cracking, but we were, yeah, I guess it was cracking, right? We were doing, had, you know, hacked a version of what was that thing called? Virtual Machine, Windows Virtual Machine, right? And we would run that and then run FL Studio. And a lot of that's how I ended up like being like, man, I don't think I'm gonna switch to making beats on FL Studio, because I had my buddy get it, and I was just watching him do it, because I'm like, bro, you don't need to pay for Logic to make beats. I went, and at first I was like, try Reason. No, F that, right? So we ended up getting cracking a version of FL Studio, and then because we just kept paying attention on different tutorials and whatnot on how to crack it, they ended up coming with a beta version. I think it was like 11 or 12. And so I jumped on that, and that's kind of like when I was just hooked. And then when they finally dropped the official version, I said, I went all out. I got the full everything. I think we got the producer version at first, and then the next year I went ahead and bumped it up to just have everything. I was fully invested. Yeah, is right. and the thing was, look, I was making beats on Reason way back in like 2005, 2006. I think I've mentioned this before. I started making beats on Acid Pro 2.0, and then I got a job at FYE in 2003, I believe it was, and they had Magic Music Maker, like the first version of it ever, and I got that because I could use my discount, and that was it. That was when I, I was like, finally I'm making beats on my own, because when I got Acid, it was a burn copy that my boy gave me, so it wasn't even like I had like an official thing. And when he said like his uncle had it. Damn, the 90s, man. And I was using Acid for the longest time, and I didn't know nothing. I didn't know how to put samples into my computer, so I just always use like stock CD noises from whatever other kind of like programs that we could download from Kazaa, and what was the other, like, not LimeWire, but it was like Satellite Wire, some download streaming, one of them type of sites. And I was just, whatever, I'll be like, all right, what are music making programs? And then I download whatever their sound files were, because that was the only way I knew how to get samples. And so I always had all these drum and bass. I mean, it's not funny to nobody except me, but they were always used to drum and bass techno type beats. And so I got inadvertently into techno, Mega Man techno remixes, all of that stuff. So that's how I started making beats, just techno, D&B. And finally, with when I got Magic's Music Maker, it had some like, you know, hip hop sounds. In fact, it had this one rap thing on it where it was this guy going, "It's the man with the master plan. I'm here to turn it out with the mic in my hand." And the ad-libs went, "Uh-huh. Yo, yeah, you know what time it is. Uh-huh." And I did almost every other beat just because we thought it was hilarious. "It's the man with the master plan. I'm here to turn it out with the mic in my hand. Uh-huh. Yo, yeah. Uh-huh. You know what time it is. Uh-huh." Yeah, so right, they came out with a version that was, I don't know, not came out with a version, but the video game version was actually Magic Music Maker, right? That PS2 make your own beat or something, like it was powered by Magic Music Maker. And I remember, and was a side note, where's that book at? Curtis King. He said that Curtis King said that's how he started making beats. I got his book somewhere. Here it is. So Curtis King, he said in his book that that's how he started making beats, was on Magic's Music Maker for the PS2. I remember thinking about getting that, and then I thought, how am I supposed to get the beats off? Because I didn't, you know, PS had the memory card, and I'm like, there's no way. Well, there was. Later I found out you could put memory card, you know, you buy other effing adapters and whatnot, or if you know, when you know, if you want to mod some parts, you can do it. But I was, you know, I only modded systems. I you know, I built computers with my buddies, but modding only came from anyways. So yeah, that I thought, how, you know, I'm like, I don't want to get this because I don't want to make something and not be able to take it off. So I never actually got any game version of these things. But I hear different producers. There's another producer, online producer, European black guy. I think it's like Casey or KG or something like that. And he said I think he mentioned in one of his videos one time that was how he got started. And I was like, dang, like people really were making beats on that thing. I'm like, yo, I didn't have it in me to give it a try. I was just like, nah, it looked too difficult. If I like something, I don't know how I'm gonna take it off. So I passed. it was the game. I swear, like, yeah, I didn't give it a chance. I probably should have. In hindsight, I should have had. I can't stand KSI. Nah, not KSI. It was like K. Let me see. I can find them real quick because the browser's not too. Because it might actually be someone you already know or check out too. Nah, KSI. Yo, he's such an embarrassment. Like, hey, bruh, even your brother be clowning you. I don't know. I think all of that, because I don't know how Europeans feel about black culture over there. That, like, that's a whole different thing, you know. So I don't want to be like, hey, bro, you know, that's kind of like, you know, you off-putting when black people finally, you know, whatever. I don't know how Europeans feel about that kind of stuff. So, you know, like, I don't want to say, but I think all of that over-centric stuff is goofy, right? So I'm probably the wrong person to even have a nice judgment on any of that stuff. I just, but that's goofy. Sounds all right. Yeah, I guess. All right, let me close that right now. You know, I'll add you later so I can check that beat out. I know where I can find it easier. I'm sitting here trying to scroll through profiles. That's stupid. Come on, man. You know exactly where it's at. Do this bass. The bass kind of sounded nice already. I think I mixed that first already. You know, I used to try to make like real aggressive dubstep. I would like have the have that release and like have it dip like completely out. But I was terrible. Like I really wish I was better at making electronic music. I used to think I was good. I was not. There it is. This is what his name is. Now I just make sure that the basses and kicks ain't like going crazy at the same time. KC Sounds. Okay, so the guy's name is KC, like the two letters KC and then space Sounds. He's pretty dope. And he said in one of his videos that he used that. You don't got to play all of that. All right, yeah. So KC Sounds, K, aka KFC. I was looking at the thing. I didn't even see you in the chat going wild. Oh, Pete and Bass. Or is it Bass, right? It's Pete and Bass, right? The two old guys? Yeah, those two. Those two are dope. Just looking at the, let me pull my phone up. I should have my phone somewhere, so yeah, I can do that. The London Yardie boy. Select, yeah, right. Yes. Nah, the dude's name was KC Sounds. That's what it was. Do I square my, yeah, when I'm doing trap metal, I usually do something slick. Like if I'm doing trap metal, Which one is that? I think it's here. And wave shaper, right? And I'll go ahead and I'll do something like, you know, dang, it's been a while since I used wave shaper, because now I use different distortions. But I used to, you know, I would go ahead and I guess that should be under the EQ though. Right, boom, there you go. Maybe we'll keep that. What do you think? No, that's not how it started though, right? Yeah, let's see. Right, there we go. That's a little better. So I'll do some, you know, sometimes I'll do stuff like that. You know, but am I like, can I get crazy? Nah, you know, I will watch some of those, you know, when Andrew Wong, I think it's pronounced Huang or something, like Andrew Huang. Why I say it like that? Andrew Huang. The Asian dude who's like crazy nose, or Asian looking. I'm pretty sure he's American or something, or Canadian, right? But the Asian looking producer, he knows that him and the people he would have come on there and do like their battles, they were doing crazy stuff. Also, some guy took like a some kind of sound and then turned it into hi-hats, and I'm like, what the, you know, he's like, yeah, I dropped all of this out and, you know, frequencied out this and blah blah, and then all of a sudden it was like a high. I'm like, what did you do? What the, how did you take like some train track sounds and turn? It's like they get crazy, so I can't do stuff like that. But you know, minor here and there. I think this sound all right. I'm gonna go ahead and split that out. And you don't know Andrew. It's like Andrew. I'm pretty sure it's Andrew Huang, and he would have these four producer sample battles, and he would give them a sample, and then a whole bunch of other like producers started jacking it, the idea, the concept. I mean, I guess he got it from other people, so it's not like he was the first one, but I think he was the first one to do it. Yeah, Simon's nice, yo. Simon on with those what you call it, with the bass, when you do the bass rises. Let me pull that up so I can. Come on, just click a note. God dang. What do they call that? When you do the slide, the bass slides. Yo, he is crazy. Servita is crazy with the slides. He is crazy on the slides. Yeah, he slides. Yeah, he's crazy with that stuff. He's so sick with it. Whatever happened to Luke for Prez? I used to follow him a lot about marketing and whatnot, and then he just kind of went ghost. He was popping on the shorts for a while, and then he just like, yeah, the slides he learned to do it. That was another that was another one that 808 Mafia. Like I got all of that from 808 Mafia, and then learned better from like cats like Savita and whatnot. Like I'm obviously my bass style is all of that. Southside, uh, Lex. That whole 808 crew, like all of them dudes. Anyone who was just quit. He quit. That's it. Heard he just quit. Damn, Luke. That was one of my guys. Like Luke, because Luke's OG. Like he's an OG. Let's see here. I'll do one more. Juicy J. Hey. Hey. Oh. Get it. Oh. Get it. Oh. Get it. Oh. Oh. They're fucking ad libs. Their ad libs were in everyone's beats for the longest time too. They still get put in people's beats sometimes these days. Yeah, nah. Paul's the man. You know what I mean? R.I.P. Gangsta Boo. Dang, forgot she's going. Didn't someone else die too? Was it Crunchy Black, or is he still alive? Because I always thought he was going to be the first one to go. Yeah, right. Definitely puts more like. Let's see how we gonna do this. Is 60 BPM, so maybe I just do. Crunchy just made one vid, so he ain't dead unless he filmed himself dying. Gotcha. Yeah, Boo's gone. That was crazy. You know who I was checking out the other day? Shorty Low. Just on some, I ain't really ever listened to him that much, but he was just like a week ago. I was like, let me check out Shorty Low, man. That man's gone. Let me check some Shorty Low out. Let me just go back a little bit. Cause I was always like lyrical, like when it, especially, and then when it came to like cats and beefs, I'm I know it don't matter, in real life, because none of these guys actually know who I am or we are, stuff like that. But it's just like, yo, when a rapper I like beef with another rapper, I cut all that shit. Like I wouldn't listen to no one. I wouldn't listen to no one from the another rapper's camp, man. I started listening to so much music because stuff like that. But I remember like when he was beefing with T.I., I was all T.I. I was like, yeah, tip all day, bro. Like, come on now, get out here with that snap, that jingle music. But when it came down to, and Dolph, yeah, Dolph, that's a sad one. Like, in your own hometown, like, to me, that, like, I ain't like this was like how say disrespectful like I I know something, but it's just like the state of things. Like how can you can't even get gas, and it's, and someone's gonna try to run up on you. No real beast or nothing like that, and that's definitely a sad story. Not like some of these oh, I was never on Drake. I'm glad you done. I'm glad to hear. I'm glad to hear. I was never on Drake. Like, I mean, I know everyone got like their feelings now, ever since the beef and whatnot. But I was with DMX when that stuff was, back in the day. Like DMX, he said it. I don't like the nigga. I don't like the way he walk. I don't like the way he dress. I don't like what he represents. Like, I never liked Drake. I thought he was always bad news in hip hop for the culture. I'm a purist though. So again, more biases. I've kind of let some of that purism go these days, but I had heavy biases, and DMX said it like that was law. He was like, yeah, I don't like that nigga. I'm like, I don't like that nigga either. I liked one song. That was the one song that from the bottom is because I like the beat. Started from the point. I don't even know how the lyrics go. I just used to listen to the instrumental. Oh, with that law stuff. Yeah, that law stuff. Suing? Like, bro, you suing? Take your L and leave. Just what? Nah. He can't help that he got washed. Like, he can't let that go. And Kendrick, because and here's the thing. I was not really a Kendrick fan like that until the beef. Yeah, Joey took on the whole West Coast by himself. I give him that. Like Joey did. I mean, one he obviously wanted that. That's what he was going in for. So, yeah, he went into battle, but he handled the battle he started. So, I got no qualms with it. Like, he definitely went in there. He didn't get the battle that he wanted, right? He didn't get the roster fight up that he wanted, but he took on a whole lineup of people and washed them. Okay, well, maybe not Daylight. Daylight's always been nice. Daylight's always been nice, and he had some nice stuff. But just on some beats, I didn't really like Daylight's beats that much. But when it came to like Kendrick, I liked like as I took Kendrick as like the kind of rapper that's like Common. I like Common, and I thought when he was going to get into this beef, those were going to be like the type of tracks he was coming with, Sweet, which was dope, but it was kind of like a push, not a little shove. It wasn't like no punch or like the bitch in you, right? Tracks like that. But Kendrick surprised the fuck out of me, and Daylight. I gotta say, Daylight had some entendres. I'm impressed with the entendres that Daylight had, like, because Daylight had a bunch of double meaning stuff and triple meaning shit, and I guess, and the thing is, I guess I might have a bias with Daylight as well, just because I came up with Daylight, not with him specifically, but my guy Matt Ills, he's one of the people that was putting him on a lot with Grind Time, and and I have like such a, I guess, history with seeing Daylight and knowing like how his should be, you got to go back and listen to his stuff, because that's what he's really playing for. He's playing for you to go back and listen, like, oh, you got to figure it. So I feel like that's what I lean with, but but that's not me saying that he did better than Joey. I'm just saying, like, I feel like they like out of all of them cats from that whole West Coast was the one that put out the most heat. But like I was saying with Kendrick, I didn't even think Kendrick had that kind of battle in him. And that, Meet the Grams, I stopped. I had to, the first line, like everything else was dope. Like I thought all the other tracks were dope. Meet the Grams, the first line, he said, "Dear Adon." I stopped. I put my headphones down. I was just like, oh my goodness, he's not even talking to this man. Like, I was just like, I couldn't even imagine what the things he was about to say, because diss tracks never went that way. And I was like, damn, this is about to be real. And that was it. Like I liked in Drake's, I don't know. There's nothing about Drake I like, and when I hear his voice, it sounds like he's whining. And when he made a 7-minute song that just switched between beats, it wasn't like Kendrick's 6-minute song, which was what he was trying to outdo. It was just him putting 3 songs back to back. And I'm like, nah, bruh. Trash. It just seemed like everything he did was for validity. No actual attacks. And I don't even count his push-ups, because he used weird ass AI vocals. I don't know. If he was going to do that, I think he should have just used his regular voice and rapped it. I don't know. It was just weird to me. You met Currency, yeah. New Orleans, yeah. Who else? Yeah, a lot of those battle rapper cats who, they ended up going back, or a lot of them are out in LA now. I know a lot of them that were out here in Orlando. Disaster, he was out here for a long time. Madness, or is it Critical? I think it was Madness from Critical Madness, the group Critical Madness. I think he went out there and he was battle, like a lot of cats came and they would like be in New York or California to really get it off. Trying to think here. Make sure that IG is Instagram stream working too. Yeah, so we still good here. I agree with Train. Yeah, which is sad. Because like I know Gilly's a writer and whatnot, but Cassidy was supposed to be that guy, and for a while Cass was. I'm not even going to front, like, yeah, it's definitely better with that crunch on it, right? It just adds more energy to it, I guess, right? But Cass, Cass was that guy. Who I also used to be hype about was Mac Lethal. In fact, I'm such a Mac Lethal supporter. I don't know if you know Mac Lethal from he used to be Rhyme Sayers. I think it was Rhyme Sayers he used to be on, right? You know, he was one of those cats, and he was one of those guys that I used to look at as, yeah, you know, he's the truth. And then he didn't really update as things. What am I going to do with this? What am I going to do with this? He didn't really update the way I wanted him to. I don't say I wanted to, and it's not me. He didn't really update the way, like in a way, you know, direction that like hip hop was really going, and kind of faded. And then he had some pop when that mess with Tom McDonald was going on. Oh, Murder Mook, Jay Mills and Murder Mook, yeah. No, there was this one battle. Yeah. There was this battle, No Can Do and Madness. And what is it? Madness? What he said someone like he called I can't forget. I forget that line, but I remember the punch ended with something like, "You be at the Star Trek convention yelling Geordie LaForge is way cooler." And I like lost my fucking mind because it was hilarious because he was making fun of how he looked like Geordie LaForge from fucking Star Trek. And there you go, right? I'm dying thinking about it now. I can't even remember what he said, and I just remember that shit was so funny to me, and I watched that over and over for years. Damn, them was the days. To me, them was the real days. When things with Discovery wasn't, oh, check all of this shit out. It was, everything was still in Discovery mode. Now just feel like everything is thrown in our face, and you know, I don't know, maybe that's the old in me coming out. But like I remember just, you know, looking up about, well, you're back when like what's his name that used to battle? Sage Francis. I used to love Sage Francis as a battle guy. And then I was like, I couldn't get into his music though. And I would go and listen to his music, and it wasn't the same to me. I was into all of them kind of weird dudes though. And then would look at their music like, why am I not, you know, like it don't hit the same. But even still, they got I don't know if you ever heard of a guy named Gel, a producer named Gel, and a rapper named Dose One, and they had a group called Them. All of them, all kind of weird stuff. Or what's his name? POS, and he was a rapper, but he had a punk group called Doomtree. Those the old Mad Hoffa days, yeah. I don't know, I don't know. Like that's what I mean about how Lethal didn't really update to like the direction that like hip hop moved in, right? Like in you know, and I'm talking about like core hip hop. You know, like it's just like he didn't really move to that. And then fucking Tom McDonald should have been your comeback. That should have been your comeback. He should have smeared that guy. But instead he came with some like goofy, I'm in my room, like, bruh, nah, this was your chance to show people like what we have been waiting for all these years. Like, here's your opportunity to show why you should be considered one of those, you know, overlooked top, like upper tier. I wouldn't say top tier, but you know, upper tier type of guys, you know what I mean? Like, and you got on some corny fucking beat and what? Did that thing in your room? I was like, yo, why did you do that? And then Tom McDonald just came back and hit him. And I don't like that guy. I don't like what he represents in rap music and hip hop, and how he disrespects a culture just because he couldn't get the acceptance that he wanted. Like, get the fuck out of here. Yeah, it definitely like disappointed me in a way that I just and and that's the thing, it's because Tom Wednesday, he wants to appeal to an audience that doesn't give a fuck about this one, the music itself, or two, the culture. If you really want to be about that, like, because I get it now that the culture and in the music can exist separately, right? You can like one without to exclusively be part of the other. And Tom, like, it seems like, yo, all right, since I couldn't be like this core picture of what people envision pinnacle hip hop to be, I'm gonna then just come out and make this mass appeal to people who essentially hate this shit. Yeah, Eminem is culture, and that's one of those things I say. So what I always say about Eminem is he's a rapper who is white. He's not a white rapper. He's a rapper who's white. Jelly Roll. He's one of the few that gets the exception. He's a rapper who's white. Jelly Roll's been in the sticks. You know what I mean? Like, he came up in this stuff. He's one of the few people who gets to genre change and then not be a Post Malone, because he's already put real work in. These are guys who happen to be white. And I don't say that like a bad thing, like happen to be, like, it's not a disease. No, like, this used to be a predominant, like, just like if we take it like basketball, like, it used to be predominantly one colored thing, and they obviously stand out because they're white, but that has nothing to do with their skill and ability and experience. Like, because that's what the cultural part comes from, is the experience. It's people's experience in this thing. Yeah, Action Bronson, he just quit. I don't know. He got tired. He just got tired. He was like, "Yeah, I'm doing this cooking stuff." It was funny with him and Ghostface though. That shit, because I'm gonna sit with Ghostface. But it's like, bro, you can't help this man sounds like you. Just let it go, bro. Just let it go. Deal with the AIDS guy instead. That needs to kick. Like that. Like that. What's his name? Is it Tommy or Joey or something like that that has that eating show where he goes around. MF Doom. So the writing, the journal thing that I have on Amazon, I use him as one of the prime examples of how to create unorthodox rhymes that still sound good and make sense. I mean, it's not like this huge deep thing. It's only like it's like like 2/3 of a page that kind of talks about MF Doom and in his pen. Yeah. So yeah, nah, Doom. Wait, I know I can do something special. Let me do this. Yeah, we'll just get that up there for now. Right? Like Doom is incredible. So inspirational. Like Doom. Damn, man, I miss Doom. That was one of those things I was mad at Barack Obama about. Like, let that man back in this country. Yeah, I kind of, yeah. How could you not let MF Doom back here? That shit was always crazy to me. Dropping bathroom bars. Dropping bathroom bars like it's jail. Yeah, he used to have the imposter dooms. I remember when he was getting in trouble for having fake shows, and I was like, for a while, I was like, I ain't gonna go check. I ain't going to no Doom shows because you didn't know if you was going to get the real Doom or not. Right? Hey, man's gone too. Oh, you know who Dre's the Beatnik is? Or Drez the Beatnik? I always call him Dre's, but I think it's Drez the Beatnik. He died recently. He's another one that's like old school. Yeah, all right, I think that works. We'll double this up. Yeah, so Drez the Beatnik, he's kind of like old school, super underground. He was like, he made music, Well, I mostly knew him for beatboxing. And he had this website back in the day. And that was, like, because I was heavy into, like, like Rozelle and scratching the, like the beatboxes from the Roots and whatnot. And the guy that used to DJ for me, he was dope at beatboxing, at beatboxing. And Mac Miller, I know, right? And I hate to be like one of those guys that was like, yo, I didn't really listen to him when he was alive, but I didn't. I didn't, like, I didn't, he wasn't someone, and the thing is that, because he's from my city, Pittsburgh, right? But I knew a lot of people that already were talking about him, and I was living out here in Orlando, so I just, I didn't really feed into nothing that was happening there, and it's like, dang, like maybe I should have been more tapped in, because that's one of those people that when you get on late, you late. It was late, and a sad story, and I'm like, damn, bro, gone. Now, people talking like, he's kind of like one of the greatest. I'm a little like, hey, I don't know about all that. He was nice and had time and had developed, awesome development, awesome base set of, I don't want to say base set of skills, but like, I mean, like he had like any kind of like any of the basics he nailed, I mean, like he was in there. Like it was clear that he had a future doing this stuff, right? He's not Jack Harlow. Hey. You know what I'm saying? Like, nah, Miller was making music. Miller was doing some shit, and really had an avenue, not hype. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, I'm from Pittsburgh. Yeah. Rapping ass boxers. Roy Jones. He used to. I remember he had a record label, Body Head. He had the look, Roy Jones Jr. He had the single "I Drank, I Smoked," and I didn't know that was him for years because he did it with a group. And then I looked up like who was in the group, and it was Roy Jones's group, and I was like, "That's a Roy Jones hit." Damn, Roy Jones had a #1 damn hit. I'm like, he did a. I couldn't believe it. How I not know Roy Jones? And I had his album. He had an album too, but no one really liked the album. I did. I loved the album. Yo, I must have forgot. Pittsburgh wrestling ass rappers. Yeah, they're there too. They are there. Man, back in the I used to love wrestling back in the ECW days when guys are really hurting themselves for the wrong reasons. Not that I want them to go back to doing that kind of stuff. Just wrestling was really wrestling to me. Okay, so I guess the point, if we're supposed to enjoy it that rough, none of those guys that were doing that stuff should have any financial issues today, and they all do, right? It's like nearly every single wrestler that wasn't Hulk Hogan had financial or struggled desperately to keep financial status, you know what I'm saying, while a very select few didn't have to. And I think it's kind of bullshit to have to put your body through that kind of trauma, and then when and not have a system built for you similar to the way the VA is supposed to help veterans, right? Wiz Khalifa. I've always had Wiz Khalifa's from North Dakota, right? You know that, right? Like Wiz Khalifa's from the Midwest.
Hey, 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 hey.
He ain't from Pittsburgh originally.
Hey, 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 hey.
And I've always kind of had issue with that. Yeah, John Cena. Look, John Cena got bars. Like John Cena can rap though. He could rap. He's someone that if he started rapping again, I would totally check him out. No, you know who I'm always going to be sad about? And I was telling someone the other day was Macho Man Randy Savage, because he tried to get into rap music. And the thing was, is he actually liked and respected and loved hip hop culture, but got rejected in it so bad. And I felt terrible because I was one of those people that's like, yo, just give the man a chance. Like this man, like legitly gives a fuck about rap. Like he didn't just jump into rap. Like he was in it. You know, like John Cena like knows cannabis. You know, like don't no one listen to cannabis. I fucking loved cannabis. I'd stop listening to LL Cool J because of cannabis. Like until cannabis got wiped by disaster. That was the most embarrassing thing ever. I can't even look at him the same. But yo, like I'm like, yo, Cena, you know, like when cats like that, he real in it and got other avenues that he's using to stay funded. But I'm like, yo, Cena, yeah, and then you know, The Rock he's always been into music and hip hop and shit. I think it was just the Tech Nine stuff that eventually showed who he's really, you know, listening to and how deep in this stuff he actually gets when he, you know, he's into something. But that's because when he's into something and his ego takes over. So he's listening to Tech Nine and jumped on his track, right? But still dope. Tech Nine said, yeah, can you do an intro? Can you talk? And he was like, nah, I'm gonna give you a verse. How fortunate for you that man's ego made him think he could rap with you. They extended the beat just to add him. You know what I'm saying? So, but at the same time, it's like, yeah, bro. You know, like The Rock listens to Tech Nine. The Rock listens to Tech Nine. You know, that's how you know. You know, those are those like little hints. Because you know, like I never heard of Booker T listening to none of them cats. I know, you know, I never heard R Truth talking about Big L or nothing like that, right? So listen, but look, he lost that when he shouldn't have, right? Can't and this is because this was one of the most disappointing things. I was probably the biggest cannabis fan. I mean, I could quote rhymes for days. Now I decided to let all his rhymes go because of that day. That shit was the most disappointing thing ever. He's supposed to have rhymes on dat. You understand? He's supposed to have rhymes on scribe, he says. He's got rhymes. He should have rhymes. He's got rhymes on backup, he says. Okay, he should never have ever repeated a single thing that he's ever said on album. Even if he forgot the stuff he wrote for that day, which was bullshit anyways, that he had to bring a notepad. How embarrassing. How fucking silly of you. What is this, a comedian doing his first stand-up? Like oh my gosh, it infuriates me now thinking about it because I was such a fan. And he was never supposed to have ever froze And after all these years, all of that shit talking, all of those songs, all of those albums of you saying how many infinite rhymes you got, you're prepared for any rapper, any situation, that happened. That flopped. Embarrassing. Did you see like, of course you saw Supernatural standing next to him in embarrassment. Like, did this man just in the cast pull out a notepad? Like, you already came to the battle crippled, and now you want to pull out your essentially pull out a crutch. How embarrassing. How embarrassing. And I lost. And then, but that wasn't even the final nail in the coffin. I had a homie. His name is Am. He's another rapper, a battle rapper. He did a Cannabis parody, right? So remember when Cannabis had the beef with J. Cole? And remember Cannabis had the beef with J. Cole for no reason. Again, he had the boxing match or something playing in the background, and he was just like playing that weird video. So my boy makes a parody video of that with the cast on, and it's called The Bar King. And he just goes, first he's got the glasses on and he's just staring into the camera with a boxing match in the background playing like R&B music or something, right? No, I think he's playing second round knockout, right? And he just goes, I am the Bar King. I undulate, tundulate with bunches of unhung sun. and then the video starts skipping like the original Cannabis video did, and that was it. Do I have a boyfriend? No, I don't have a boyfriend. I have boys that are friends. No, I'm talking about a homie that raps. My boy. I don't know. So I guess people don't say my boy no more. Maybe I need to stop saying my boy. But nah, so the homie, he made that parody video, Cannabis. It got like a good following on YouTube, and that was the nail in the coffin. Like, I just started, like, every time I tried to listen to Cannabis after that, I would like laugh. And then he put out all of those terrible records with what's his name? Thanos Beats or something like that. And I think, and look, and here's, you know what? And one of my boys told me when he ran into Cannabis, the story behind him making all these bad records over the last couple of years was, he said he ran into him. Some guy ran into Cannabis at the store and told him he would pay him whatever he was making, working wherever he was. He would pay him that to just on his beats. Yo, what's good? What's good? Oh, which Kid Cudi allegations? What allegations? Allegations like what? Like he's doing stuff? He got the PDF file allegations. Or is he got it? You know, is it? Oh. That's this point. Is there real evidence though? Because before we just say, you know, because this is something I also have noticed that gets thrown around very loosely these days, right? And when I say allegations and evidence, like, I'm not saying there has to be like the hardcore, oh, you know, without a doubt trial stuff. I'm just saying, like, do we have like shit like with Drake, where he's obviously on video, where we have messages of him talking to little, you know, younger people, right? Like, do we have like these kind of things to say there's a video? Okay, all right. Okay. If it's him, So do we have an R. Kelly situation where he's wearing a mask, you know what I'm saying, trying to be the Pied Piper? Or is it clearly him? I became this big fan after. Don't say stuff like that, man. Unless it was like accidental, like, hey man, I started listening to him and then all of a sudden like, this stuff comes out. Then it's like, don't be like, yeah, nah, yo, after those allegations, yo. It's like saying like, yo, I became a hardcore R. Kelly fan after he went to jail. Nah, G. He was having him day and night. That's when he had his separate identities day and night. Damn, Cuddy. I can't believe. I can't. I guess I can't. It's just what I can't believe is that there's so many people that I guess don't do nothing about this stuff. Like, you know, clearly this stuff ain't secrets, and I got nothing against consenting adults doing whatever. That's like, you know, I grew up on HBO Real Sex, you know, seeing all kind of wild stuff and just people making sure like they enjoy life. But you know, there's a difference between being an exhibitionist like that and then, you know, coercing individuals and kids and stuff like that. Like, what the fuck? Like, that is definitely not what I came, you know, like what I grew up in and like came into understanding what adult relationships were like and stuff like that, right? So that's just, it's crazy to me that so many people openly know this stuff is happening, and then what, I don't know, reputations and all of that stuff, and you know, blacklisting and like the Nickelodeon shit. Come on, bro. Y'all saw that. I know y'all saw that documentary. Like, that's crazy. That dude having that weird obsession with little girls' feet. Like, what? Only respect to the few parents that were like, nah, I'll take my kid out of this shit. Y'all weirdos. While everyone else there knew it. All those cameramen, all those people knew it. Like, yeah, I know it's weird, but I need this paycheck. Nah, I ain't never been that one. I'm glad I ain't never been put in no situation like that, because I ain't that one. I don't like Travis Scott, man. That's another one that I've never been into. I think me and G were talking earlier, you know, like I was never into Drake. So his fall down now is like nothing new. It was always expected to me. And, you know, Travis Scott, he's another one. Like, especially after that Houston concert that he had, and nah, you so absent-minded that you can't see there's issues going. Nah, bro, I'm good on that. And all that, you know, all that kind of stuff, that fake rage shit, like all that fake rage, like, yeah, fake hype, all that. I'm not into that. I don't like that stuff.
Hey, hey.
Yo, and that's a classic movie too, right? Like that's just classic. And the thing is you know, I give comedians passes on certain things, and I know different people had different feelings on that stuff because you have someone like Michael J. White, obvious tough guy. It was like, you know, you ain't putting me in no dress. It's like, bruh, you in a dress ain't gonna change my opinion that you could still beat the living stuffing out of me. You know what I'm saying? Like I understand exactly who Michael J. White is and the destruction he can do with his hands and feet. You wearing a dress ain't gonna change that because he's played some goofy roles. Like Michael J. White came up doing like Toxic Avenger and stuff, so he's played goofy roles. But he said, "You ain't never gonna get me doing it." But then you get someone like The Rock, again, another tough guy, another person. You will seeing him in a dress because he's done it before. That don't change the fact that I know that The Rock can and will beat me into the pavement as dust. And, you know, so I know there's variants. So when it comes to comedian, I guess the point is when it comes to comedians, like, come on, like that's what it is. Like, you know, unless you Martin Lawrence, where it's the entirety of the show or the movie. Yeah, that was goofy, and I can see why people would clown that. Like, bruh, you're not Mrs. Doubtfire. You don't have reasoning for that. Yeah, yeah, yeah. You know, but that's before. I guess he looks at that before for a career, but because you know, I guess because I guess let me think. Let me see if there's a ration, right? I guess the idea would be that I did this as part of what a character is already doing on an ongoing role, right? Versus I'm playing an actual female character. I don't know if that makes the kind of sense that I'm looking for it to make, right? But it's like if someone's playing Roger Rabbit and then Roger Rabbit has to put a dress on, right? You're not necessarily in a dress, right? You're Roger Rabbit who's in a dress, or you're Bugs Bunny who's in a dress, or you're Donald Duck, or you know, whichever male character has occasionally done their, you know, gender swap thing, right? And maybe that's how he rationalized that. I don't know. I don't care. You know, like you know, that's the only thing. Like it's like, hey, I'm playing a character who ends up having to do it. That's right. I don't know. Can we bring that up? Let me see if I can bring that up. Yeah, there we go. It showed up. So we classic movie, right? And you know what I just realized also recently was this guy was the doctor in Saw. And I was like, holy shit. When I saw like the credits and I was just looking at the credits one day and I was like, wait, he was this guy. But anyways, yeah. So that's the only kind of rationale I could say, I guess, is I played a character, meaning I'm saying I'm Dave Chappelle right now. I played a character who did this, but I didn't play Martin Lawrence, who's alternate character or the alter ego of your character was actually a female that you had to play. So I don't know. He showed him the stop it. They showed him the dress and he fled to Africa. No, they showed him money and he fled to Africa. That's what happened. Because he didn't know what to do with it. So it's pretty much it. Like I think this is it. I was gonna keep it simple. I ain't really had much I was trying to do because this was an older one anyways, and really I was testing the stream out because I haven't done it in a while. So I had to see what worked, what didn't, what was updated. I try not to use a whole lot of plugins as well to see if it plays smooth, because I don't know if it's glitching for you guys. Yeah. I was actually just about to bust it out now.
That's right. It feels so good to be back, man. I'm back, baby. A popular demand. Hey, yo, moved out the city, copped the house in the sticks. Couple acres, couple whips, whole lot of blicks. I got options, baby, take your pick. Might fuck around and coordinate the fit. Take this my life. For film, baby, I just met Mr. Really put that on. They be counterfeit. I'm taking calculated risk. Too legit to quick to get you niggas acclimated quick. It's rules to this shit. Hold up. I got mirrors in my city. Fuck the nomination. This for every time they left me out the conversation. I'm back by popular demand and world domination. I'm finna bomb on niggas playing special my vacation. I was sitting back, watching from an eagle eye, trying not to react. Just give me one reason, I swear I'm on full attack. East Coast nigga till I die. It's clear who the independent king of NY, nigga.
Yeah.
Straight like that, come on. Told y'all niggas I'm back, come on. Yeah, the ruler's back, baby.
The ruler, he always calls himself that.
Hey, yo.
Come on, man.
Too much West Coast dick lick. I'm hearing niggas throwing rocks, really ain't shit sticky. Cause if we talking bar for bar, really it's slim pickings. I rap like I grow pentagrams and kill chickens, nigga, fuck around. With your soul like eat the quick for a feature. This that black Air Force energy coming out the speaker. I'm out here reaching arms to sort the body to Elohim. Still ready to rap supreme, me and Stilo had a dream. I stand tall in this rap thing like Yao Ming. And won't stop till the crowd sing when I'm crowned king. My aura scream and my style ring. This ain't boom bap, nigga. This that boom.
Someone else got a Yao Ming line. Who is it? Oh, Saigon. He got a Yao Ming line too. That thing loud like Yao Ming. I might get something. I know you know who Saigon is. Saigon is that. He was like one of my goats in the day. Fucking monster. Let that ride out. We gonna let it ride. Yeah. Yeah, that's punching. That's punching. Good job on that. That's dope. I be doing some remix. I'll be posting all of my remix joints on Instagram. But I stopped doing. It's all underground artists though, because every time I tried to do every time I tried to do it like a larger artist, I would get some like UMG claim all the time, like constantly. So I'm like, whatever. Yeah, of course. Yeah, that's dope. That's a lot doper than like some stuff I've been sent in the past where dudes. Yeah, I always like dark stuff though. Dark is dope. That's all I ever make, dark shit. I don't actually even know how to make bright sounding, positive sounding music at all. Like beat wise, melody wise, none of that. I've tried. It's terrible. I can't. It's literally just not something that sits in my audible structure to recreate at all. I'm terrible. But like dark stuff, do dark all day. Angry, I can do angry all day. You'd be like, yeah, give me something in a major scale. It's gonna sound like shit. It's gonna sound toast. It will be crispy, burnt, dumb. So I don't even try positive music. But that what you made at Dark Joint, that was dope. I'm just trying to decide if I'm gonna end this. This is like the chorus, right? I would imagine this here as the chorus, and I'm just trying to imagine if I would end it like this, or if I would put some kind of like 4-bar outro to just fade out. So I don't know. I think I just end it like this though. I usually listen to these things like a couple times over, but I don't want to sit here and do that with people sitting here watching. Okay, yeah. DJ K Guns. From where? Let me check. Oh, SoundCloud. Okay, I see you. ANALYTIC Guns. I got the main one I'm getting is from SoundClick. Search SoundClick. I do that 100% of the time, almost. So maybe like 90% of the time. SoundCloud. Verse here, slow in the verse, right? Scum. Yeah, horrorcore. Nah, yeah. Okay, now we're talking. Now I got you. Yeah. I just remixed the Scum joint on my IG. I remixed like 2 or 3 Scum joints on my IG. Yeah. Me and what's her name, Smalls, she hit me up because I was like remixing some of her stuff, just like on some goofball stuff, and she hit me up and asked me about some beats, and then never hit me back after. I was like, yeah, I charge this, but like really, I'm just trying to work like with people that's active. Like if you act, I'm charging people who hobbyists, right? But if you're active and there's like money for you and another individual to make, then it's better to kind of make the money together than to charge them, right? And that's kind of how I approached it. Like, yo, like I know you good. If there's something that we can just start and get busy on, let's get to work. And she didn't really reply, so maybe my offer wasn't that appealing. What am I looking for? That's right, I'm stupid. I'm so fucking sidetracked. Yo, what's good? What's good? I'm up in here with my homie G. We just talking shit. Some other folks, I think they left though. I think they dipset. Geneva Convention, the homie Geneva Convention. What's good with you though? What you been up to? Yeah. So are you on the computer? Cause yeah, I do it this way because I do it this way because I'll stream dually to what you call it, Instagram, right? And so for anyone that's on an Instagram, or if you're like on your phone on YouTube, hopefully this is this is better. Cousin I used to call you the whole gang. She used to come through mobbing like the whole gang, the whole convention. Yeah. I was I do it this way just because I figure most people is coming from their phones. But if that changes in the future, then I will obviously probably do this in the more widescreen format to accommodate whatever the majority of people are doing. But for the time being, I'm doing this in this. You can't see my mouse going over. You can't see my mouse going over the layout, so I'm moving it up and down like this. So yeah, my screen is above, right, and then I'm below. So I have it set up to the same way you're seeing, right, and that's basically, I do it like that because I'm assuming that the majority of people are coming from phones, and I feel like this is easy for everyone that's doing that. I mean, I'm a shitty streamer anyways, my guy. Like, I'm not interested. I just want to talk to people and have fun while I'm doing stuff, and not be alone, because I'm always fucking alone. Oh shit, it's gonna crash. Always does. See? Now I'm naked. You see me? I'm exposed. I'm naked. You see all my beat files. You see all the song files that I've been working on. My full studio background. Let's see. Come on, boot back up. So I'm using a program called OneStream. I believe it's OneStream.live. And I got this as a LTD, like a lifetime deal, right? So that's kind of why, like, I'm married to this a little bit. And I'm running off of my laptop, so this just runs through the browser. OBS requires me to, use the browser and runs like heavy on my laptop, so it kind of slows things down a little bit more. Another thing is that I'm on Mac, and OBS would help with being able to run the audio from the system audio, right? Sorry, man, I stutter. I'm stupid. I stutter, bro. Like, gee, so you gotta work with me sometimes. We can't say like the tard word no more, but like I'm not like super slow. I stutter, right? So the system audio doesn't, Mac doesn't let you do that unless you have a whole bunch of different things set up in order to run system audio, right? And OBS does, but OBS runs super heavy on my laptop. And then the sound gets all glitchy and whatnot anyways, at least quicker than it does. Sometimes it gets glitchy anyways, just because I might be running to, like, it might start getting glitching now because I'm running Ozone, which is really heavy, right? It doesn't glitch for me, like, it sounds fine, but in the stream it might sound like junk now, and I won't even notice. But with OBS, it would happen right off of the bat, so didn't use it. And I've had OneStream, and I've been using this. I don't think I have an affiliate link in the description yet. Maybe I'll put one in the future. But if you want to check it out, like, I think they have a free tier, and it runs from the browser, right? So it's pretty much the same shit as OBS. It's just running from the browser. So you get it, and it's not like offensive stuff. Like, no one, like, we know what we deal with. We like, I don't know. I'm dark comedian type stuff, so self-deprecation. Everyone gets deprecated. Like, we build. We build each other up. We build each other. We don't build each other down. We take each other's messes and build each other up, right? So that's how I look at that kind of stuff. I don't like, I make a joke. I'll be making a joke about, I'm gonna even show you guys like a joke that I always make with folks. I'm like, hard R. I don't know. You can make whatever joke you want, but you get it. Hard R, right? I think shit like that's funny. Like, hard R. Anyone who gets it gets it. If you don't worry about it. But stuff like that. So like, I'm all about it. But yeah, not to the point. OBS is dope if your computer can handle it. Mine can't, so I use the OneStream. And then, I further to the point, the whole reason for the rant, OneStream has the different features, right? So if I bring this down real quick, I think you can see it, right? And you can see like just what I'm able to kind of change and manipulate and whatnot. I could add banners if I wanted to, have something scrolling across. So it's made for streaming. It gives me options. I have to choose the landscape ahead of time. So if I want to do it for computer, it has to be done ahead of time. If I want to do it in a mobile view, then right. And then like, you can, and and I also use, multi-streaming, right? So we could connect to all of the other platforms if we wanted to. I only do my per ones though. This is like the Beat channel. Is Facebook. I was doing it to that, but I don't know. I was doing too much testing today and didn't want a bunch of live feeds, starting and stopping on my page. So I didn't do anything on my personal. But yeah, like this, it works. It's light, right? So it's not heavy on my system, which allows me a little bit more room to kind of make the beats without too much overload occurring right away, so that the stream stays smooth enough. Because again, like by the time I get to like the end of making the beat, like it kind of skips, the audio skips in and out, and the people that stick with me, I'm thankful for, because it's shitty. And one day I'll have to upgrade it if I really want people to tune in. But like I said, man, I mostly just do this just to talk and hang out, and people want to talk and hang out, talk some shit. Want to talk some shit, nigga? You ever seen that video? Let's talk some shit. Fuck you and your bone birds. Whatever. Or if you want to discuss like hip hop culture, I'm 100% down for that. I love debate. I'm a debater. I just don't want people to get mad. Like, I know how to get emotional, but then the next day I can see you and be like, yeah, all right, so what we doing today? Like that type of shit, right? So, like, I don't mind debates. I don't mind any of that stuff. It just always needs to stay within context of the nation, somewhat respectful. And I don't even mind getting made fun of. Just, it's like those things. It's more like know where lines should be. Simple rules. Don't be a douchebag. I mean, I'm not. Cause I don't know. I be feeling stupid streaming anyway. That's why I just treat it like I'm just hanging out. What was I looking for? This fucking filter. I need more of that out, right? Because it's not really sharp. Actually, I need to bring all these levels up. I'm kind of protecting them because I don't want it to be too loud in the stream. But let me know if like the volume gets like crazy. Because I'm actually going to have to turn a lot of this up to get it at the right levels now. So, like I said, let me know if it gets too crazy, too loud, and we'll just move on to another beat or something. Actually, it's been like 2 hours. I probably should finish this up and then get off. Stop wasting everyone's time. when I use a offensive language, usually racially charged language, I like I like to piss people I know off by throwing some extra Winnie the Pooh Tiggers in there, and they look at me crazy. I got one guy, one of my boys, he calls me Hard RA. You know, like when I say motherfucker, like there's like mother, you motherfucker, and then when I'm playing around, people know, like when I'm serious, people know like hard R's, and and what else hard R's go good with. So one of my boys, he called me Hard RA. We even thought, we even thinking about getting shirts. It said Hard R. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. But I'm like, I'm like, I don't know if I could actually sell those if I wanted to. At least if I sold them, they probably sell to the wrong people, right? Go to a show. Hard R Basement City shirts. So I was like, but I definitely might get one made for myself. Yeah, but the real thing is, it's not about whether it's horrible to say, it's whether it feels to you or not. Because is it an insult if the receiving party's like it? If you're the receiving party and you enjoy it, is it terrible? You jobber. So I know it's good. It's got to be skipping out for you guys because I can hear it skipping out. I mean, what are we going to do here? First, I'm going to bring up. So liking it or not has nothing to do with whether it sounds bad or not. Gotcha. Well, I guess so. If you're gonna go ahead and get dirty for somebody, you're doing the job, right? You're doing the job for them if you're getting dirty for them. But I mean, shouldn't someone, pre-clean their pipes first if they want that kind of job? Like I'm not, I'll take on that job, but not if it's already coming with with junk in it. Nah, we got to have some prep work done before I get ready. Some heavy prep. Right. I know it. I know it. That ad had. I know it. I'm everywhere too. I'm always everywhere. I'm everywhere 100% of the time. I am the movie Everything Everywhere All at Once. That is my head 100% of the time. Yeah, for women, I'm all, yeah, 100% for women. I can't even like structurally think about doing for a man. Like not just because I'm not into them, but it's like the same thing. It's just like I imagine it not 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 being right. Yeah. But when I'm thinking about a lady, I'm like, yeah. I'm thinking about her like just getting out the shower or tub. I'm like, yeah, I'm just fixing to dig my face all into your areas. You want some gentle, no, catch the peaks, right? Because really, you don't want to edit too much. So you falling like right in between. you playing the fault line. You putting me on some research right now. No problem with that. That is the way. That's definitely the way to take it on. So it should be a smooth sight down there still. Still working it. Yeah, see, I know that sounds like junk now. If it's glitching on me, that's because once I put the limit on there, that shit kind of goes him. I worked at well, look, I've been in plenty of rodeos. I used to work at I used to work at a place called Bananas, right? Um, and I don't if you've ever heard of Hamburger Mary's. It was basically these people copying Hamburger Mary's, and I mean to the T. Like they had what did they call it? What was their bingo night called? What did they some kind of drag queen bingo, something like that. I don't know. They had some kind of clever name for it or some shit like that. I forget. Um, but listen, the point is when I got hired, this is one of the funniest things, right? When I got hired, I didn't know that this was like a place where they did like shows and stuff, right? Drag shows, the like drag bingo, um, different like lesbian night type stuff, right? I didn't know like any of the because they only did it at night. So when I applied for this cooking job, I was there during the day. And so I'm like cooking. I'm sitting there, I'm in the back, I'm doing my thing. I'm with, one of the other cooks. And then next thing I know, all of the lights shut off. And I'm like, oh shit. Like, so I kind of like try to like secure my area. And then all of a sudden this woman busts in from the back door and is just wearing like a bikini top, like some kind of thong thing, see-through dress, and then they walk straight through the kitchen right out the door, and there's like a straight line through where the kitchen goes so they can do all of that stuff, right? So I'm just like, what the fuck's going on? And then like the music's playing, and it's like they all used to do the same song too. Sun in anyways. And I'm like, what the fuck? I'm like looking at different people. I'm like, yo, what's going on? Like with it? And they're like, oh yeah, this is about the time that they they do the drag show. I'm like, what shows? What are you talking about? And they're like, yeah, they did. I'm like, what? I had no idea like there was this whole other thing at this restaurant going on. I went and just applied as cook, and it was like just this whole like people doing shows, and then all of a sudden these people coming back like after the show shit was done, come back and went like it's like, oh, you're new. Da 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 da. I'm like, huh? I'm still like confused. I'm like, wait, like the lights aren't back on, someone else is doing a show now. And I'm like, yeah, da 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 da. And they had to all like explain to me like what the restaurant actually did at night and stuff. And I was fucking confused as fuck. I never actually have been like I've been to drag shows, right? And oh yeah, I know that. And neither was everyone that was there either. But I just never had been. I never knew restaurants did that. I've only been to like clubs and shit. I dress like a stud. Stop it. Don't get confusing. No, in fact, one of my people they moved out to Vegas, and now they're just like one of the hot things out there, I guess, doing serving and whatnot. I dress like a stud. Like, look, you remember American Pie 3 where Stifler was in the gay club and didn't know? That was me. I was like, wait, no, and I was like, yeah, I was like, wait, what's going on? don't think I can't. Don't think I can't hang with y'all. That was basically it. Don't think I can't hang. I was green as fuck though. All right, we'll just say that's kind of done. You should. I would too. That's the proper. At least how I look at it. Like I'm gonna address, I'm gonna address you. Like I don't do jumping back and forth. You're gonna get it one way. Your first request is your final request. No, check it. I just saw. I've been watching the Hannibal series. And I just saw Eddie Izzard in there, and I didn't realize it was like the comedian Eddie Izzard that dresses up, right? And it's because he's like full beard and everything. I've never seen Eddie Izzard full beard and mustache. I've only ever seen Eddie Izzard stand up in a dress or outfit or whatever, right? Good. I'm glad you don't. Yeah, I'm glad you don't. Names are good. I guess I could just hear right instead of trying to open. See which one's the next. Hey, rocking the hawk. So it wasn't just the blonde streaks that it is now. I froze. I see. Let's see here. Still froze. That might have been me standing still. I might have been too still. Oh no, I see. Yeah, it's because I'm trying to load this Notion up. Yeah. Let's see. I'll put this here. That's it. That's because my computer can only do like 2 major things at one time, right? So I'm running the browser, which is one major thing, and then I'm running Fruity Loops, which is the other major thing, right? And because I'm streaming, it's like, nah, nigga, this is a little too much weight for me. I'm a welterweight G. Funny. Yeah, laptop. Like in fact, another one of the things or the issues that I deal with is that in order to get like the audio to run correctly for the stream, I have to use this additional program here, application called Dipper. And so this is how, so I use this to kind of run everything to a virtual mic. And that also takes up a, what is it, RAM or whatever to make this run. Nah, why? Why? That's hilarious. Dang, I might have too many plugins on this joint to work this one right now. Let me see, what am I working? What do I got? I mean, I guess I've been on here 2.5 hours being stupid. Nah, I don't really got nothing here, right? Oh, wait, no, let me check. No, I ain't really. So what plugins is holding this down? Some plugins heavy. There's something heavy here. Yeah, shoot them to me. Do you got a BeatStars that I can, so that if I make something with your beat, I can add you as a co-producer, so you get whatever money you get in case it sells one day. I'm actually in this super slow point right now where nothing's selling, but for the future's sake, if you have a BeatStars, I want to be able to add you. Heard that. Heard that. Just making them for sanity. Gotcha. I see it's going on like 3 hours. All right. And I probably got to take care of my cats. Feed them or some shit. It's 7 o'clock. They eat around 7. It's almost 7. 6:30. All right. So G, I'm gonna go ahead and I don't know. I think I'm gonna start trying to stream again regularly. I don't know if I'm gonna do it over the weekend. I haven't decided yet, but probably try to get back doing it regular, like on Monday at least. We'll see. But yeah, I'm gonna probably start trying to do this again regularly. I just need to kind of have a day to work out some kinks. I had to talk to like support earlier to fix some things. But yeah, so let's do it again. I got you in the messages, so I'm gonna hit you up here in a little and send me the sounds. Don't, and we'll talk about this don't mention me thing. Still want you to, if something sells, I want you to get paid. That's what it is. It ain't about mentioning. So anyways, I ain't catch up.